Hey, greetings from Kentucky. Well, in case you haven't noticed, we've been starting to do every other week videos since school has started and life has gotten definitely a bit more busy.
Yeah, well, I mean, school is kind of kicked into high gear for me, but for Melinda too. She's taking 2 of the Seminary Wive Institute classes, which actually is a lot of reading. She's got to read like half the New Testament in a week.
Really?
I don't know, it's a lot. The Mathena Center program also started this week, which is a church revitalization program. It's been a really exciting time, but I think like Belinda says, a lot less like eventful, a lot less things that are like fun to take pictures of, but just like, except for like sitting at the library studying, it's not a cool picture, but there's cool stuff in the books. It's just, not that easy to share,
It's been great to connect with 9th and O with the church that will be joining next Sunday, Lord willing. Yeah, God's really blessing us, like relationally. We're getting to know more people and getting more connected. The analogy that I would give to explain kind of what we're going through here, an analogy that's been running through my head, is thinking about The Biggest Loser. And they go onto this camp and they're separated from all their friends and family and basically like yelled at every day to work out and not eat any food.
That doesn't sound like what we're going through at all.
You have these really high highs, like, oh my gosh, I just lost 10 pounds. Like, wow, I experienced like prayer and meditation like I haven't in years. Like, it's the most amazing thing. But then you also have these really low lows of just like missing friends and family and being still in an environment that feels very foreign to us. So prayer for me would be, I'm extremely fatigued often and still just very overwhelmed. And today I just had this thought that like after you have a baby, like it usually takes weeks and sometimes even months to recover. And I feel like moving, I also just didn't have the right expectations. Like we've been here 2 months and I feel like I should be better and I'm not. Like I'm still tired, I'm still overwhelmed, I'm still not acclimated, and I think maybe just my expectations were wrong. Like expecting myself to already have it all together, I guess. I don't know. Not figured out.
Yeah, I think a couple prayer requests that I could say. We're hoping in a couple weeks to host a block party for our neighborhood. Hopefully mid-October, we're going to pick a Saturday and just have the whole neighborhood over, and hopefully it's an opportunity to get to know some of our neighbors, as well as maybe begin some relationships that could lead to sharing the gospel and spreading the good news of Christ to Louisville, Kentucky. You can also pray for my car. It's been giving me some issues. There are very few things that don't total my car. Like an oil change is basically like the limit of what I could do without totaling the vehicle. So we love you guys. Thanks for being on this journey with us, and we'll check in again soon.
Bye.
And so you start making those things as promises, which they were never meant to be promises. What they are is teaching this is how life is supposed to be and how it generally is. But it understands their proverbs, which means these are not absolutes. How much guilt has been put on people, train up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they will not depart from it. And we think that means that my children are going to get saved. Well, if they don't get saved, then it's on me. Are you really taking credit for the salvation of your children? Is that really what you're saying there? Are you going to take credit for their not being saved? Is salvation completely and utterly of the Lord? Or are you making a contribution to it, maybe not for yourself, but maybe your children? First of all, how dare you if you do, because you're infringing on the right of the Lord Jesus Christ and no one else in that process. Secondly, you have set yourself up for major, major fall. And we are not in control. But we serve and trust in the one who is. So don't misuse the Proverbs. But what helps us not misuse the Proverbs is Ecclesiastes.
It is Friday night and we're on our way to the epic annual Southern Fall Festival. Apparently there are going to be thousands of people here. I'm very suspicious. because I have not yet met one crowd in Kentucky that has even come close to like Miami crazy. So I'm not too concerned, but maybe this will be our first event that we're actually, you know, experience a little craziness, a little packed house. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted. We're here, we're at the fair. It actually was supposed to be pouring rain. So this is quite like an answer to prayer. See if we can see the girls.
Come back here with your start and I'll give you your Park Ranger badge.
Oli has climbed this entire thing. Go!
Little update, it's Saturday and we had a great time at the fair. There was definitely like a lot of people there, but it was not, it wasn't that crazy. But we had a blast and now we're headed to a birthday party, which is really fun with the very first people who we met here at the Dollar Tree, who we also ran into at church that Sunday, invited us to their daughter and son's birthday party. They have 4 kids just like us. It'll be fun. We're excited. It's her first time on a trampoline.
I can't feel my head. We're doing it on a decoration because it's a decoration that you hang on the house.
And what kind of decoration is that? Is that a heart?
No, it's a rocket ship.
A rocket ship. So cool, buddy.
You on your scooter?
It's been a great week. We've just been putting our noses in our books and doing a whole lot of homeschooling and studying and seminary schooling. But we're really excited because tonight Southern has a conference called Family Life Conference, and they do it once a year. Really just to be able to support the families, and I think the focus is on marriage. And for this event, David is my guest, which I think is kind of fun.
I didn't know that. So I get a name tag?
Yeah. This is a typical Friday night rush hour traffic. I think, guys, it's just like the Palmetto, huh? You got it, Vivi. You can do it. Whoa, it's super dark, but just a quick recap. We just finished the first night. Look at these beautiful roses they gave me. What's so cool about this material and the stuff that we're learning is every single thing that they're teaching us and specifically equipping us to be able to teach others. Like, that is their heart, and in the back of their mind is, how will you be able to share this with with your future church, with your future ministry. And it's just such a cool, like, such an interesting way to learn. And it's also really exciting for us to be able to think about sharing these things with others. So our neighbor, Miss Susan, sends us sugar cookie making kit, and we're going to visit with a friend from church, and we're bringing dessert, and so the kids are helping me make the sugar cookies. Thank you, Miss Susan.
Thank you so much. Thank you super much.
What else did she give us? What are the little cutouts?
Oh, she gave us little train cutouts.
Choo-choo trains, huh? Okay.
Mine. My turn.
So we see the law as such a negative thing, when in actuality the law was given so for many reasons, but one reason we rarely hear about is so that the people, the nation of Israel, would be a light to the nations. And by living out the law, the nations would want to know, who is this God who gave this to you? How is it you have such understanding? How is it you are such a wise people? If you love me, keep my commandments. But why keep his commandments? One is this, it's for our good. Is it not? When we obey God, when we obey the Lord Jesus Christ, when we're obedient to his word, is that not good? Yes? Okay. I'm not sure you're convinced of that. It is. Okay? I'll tell you it is. Okay? Just in case you're not sure. It is. And secondly, though, it's bigger than us. It's not only for our good, but it is so that we can be that, as Jesus says, that light on a hill. That city on a hill that is a light that people can see. That we can be that light. That we can be the people of God that, as Paul puts it, that are ambassadors of the Lord Jesus Christ. So that as they see our good works, what will they do? They will rejoice and give glory to God.